Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about the Dateline episode that aired last night, and I wrote down a bunch of notes of things that stuck out to me. So first of all, the thing that stuck out to me was that Chad said Oprah was a dark spirit. I have my own theories and beliefs on that. Let me know if you guys want me to make a whole video surrounding that. That's just like a whole other topic. The next thing that I thought was interesting is that Melanie said that she doesn't believe that Lori really believed everything, like she wasn't fully on board. That kind of stuck out to me only because if she thought that, and why didn't she say that to Lori during this time? Like, just that little tidbit and her having that conversation with Lori could have really changed everything that ultimately happened, in my opinion. I have to be honest with you, they interviewed April as well, which was a friend of Lori's from Hawaii, and she seems the most genuine, she seems the most honest, and I think she's the most reliable source, personally. I would love to hear more from her. I know Melanie keeps coming out with all these interviews, but I would actually rather hear way more from April, personally. So from what Melanie says too, that I thought was rather interesting, is that Lori ended up moving back in with Charles after she had moved out for a little bit, because the Lord told her that she needs to get Chad's financial issues in place and take care of it. So after that, she decided to like play house, get back with him, and there's text messages stating from Charles to a friend saying, "We have our Lori back. JJ is over the moon." And that is when Lori was finally reassured that she was the beneficiary of Charles. That's when she left again to go to Phoenix, and she was near Melanie. I find that interesting because that just goes to show the mind games she's playing. I know a lot of people say that Chad, you know, is this master manipulator, but just right there kind of shows that she is as well. And Melanie also states that they were like gasoline and fire, and that whole beneficiary thing, like moving in, moving out, kind of goes to show that she's just as manipulative and sneaky as well. Then during this time, 3 weeks later, after she moves to Phoenix, is when Charles comes over to visit her, because they were in good graces with each other, is when Charles was shot, which is interesting to me because she told her sister Summer, oh, to be afraid of Charles, and she was telling people, oh, he's mean to me, he's abusive, whatever her lies were. So it's just interesting, in one scenario she's playing nicey with him, just to be the beneficiary, and then telling other people he has all these ulterior motives. So it's all coming out, like she's just so manipulative. So after Charles was shot, she found out obviously that the beneficiary was going to Kay to be able to care for JJ, and apparently from what Melanie said, she was like really angry and sent Kay all these horrible text messages. So after seeing that and hearing that, JJ as a pawn to get revenge against Kay and to get revenge almost against Charles. I personally believe she got rid of JJ as revenge because she didn't get that beneficiary money. Also believe that she went around telling everyone, JJ is a zombie, JJ is a zombie, blah 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 blah, JJ, he's horrible, he does this, he's bad, he doesn't listen, he acts like this and that, whatever she was saying, like all the horrible things that she would say to him. I believe she was doing that, like all the horrible things that she would say to him. I believe she was doing that so that when she did decide to get rid of him, she was using her beliefs almost to deflect that it's because she really just wanted that beneficiary money. She didn't get her way. It was her way of throwing an adult temper tantrum, and I feel like she hid behind her beliefs and cult and all that stuff to basically off JJ, because she was angry and wanted revenge on Kay and Charles. That's my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Melanie also says she believes that JJ became a zombie because he was in the way of Chad and Lori's mission to be together and ultimately their freedom, which I totally believe. If you look at the divorce filings from Charles, he states that she didn't even want them. There's talk of them being emancipated. No one can seem to find the records of Tylee and JJ actually being emancipated, but it's said in Charles Vallow's divorce filings that they are emancipated. So it just goes to show that she didn't even want her kids to begin with. And he states that Lori was going around telling everyone, he's a zombie, look, he's doing this, look, he's doing that, look, he climbed up the fridge and like knocked down this picture picture of Jesus. He's on the countertops. He's being so wild, blah, 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 blah. And from my perspective, and this is just my opinion, let me know what you guys think, I feel like she did that because I feel like she was not only just trying to talk other people into believing that JJ was a zombie. I think she was ultimately trying to talk herself into believing that he was a zombie in some weird way. I think in the back of her mind, she knew what she was doing was wrong. I think she knew that he ultimately was not a zombie. I think that was her way of really trying to believe her crazy lies. And I feel like a lot of pathological liars do that. Like, they try to believe their own lies and then they ultimately do. I think this was her way of like really trying hard to believe the craziness that was coming out of her mouth. Melanie said that the last time she saw JJ was, she said Alex came to get him, and Lori said because he was acting out of control. A week later is when she was at the storage unit with Chad, and they were lugging things back and forth, and they looked really excited, like their body movements, they were really close together. They kind of looked like two teenagers, like sneaking around almost, like he smacks her butt. It's like really absurd, to be honest with you. And to me, it just shows that they were pretty excited about something that was going to happen or something that had already happened. Melanie said that they used to go to some university and walk around the track all the time, even though it was in the same town. I feel like they got some sort of sick enjoyment of sneaking around and knowing that they were doing things that could get them in a lot of trouble. Honestly, it reminds me of like two loser high school teenagers, like, ooh, look what we're doing. Mom and Dad's never gonna catch us. Like, I don't know, like, after hearing that, I thought, wow, midlife crisis, especially on Chad's part. And I feel like with his midlife crisis almost, like this hot girl that wanted him, and I feel like probably a lot of hot girls didn't want him, he probably thinks, oh, I gotta make whatever happen, and used his beliefs and his spiritual, psychic abilities to try to impress her and like rope her in. And I feel like she is just so kind of like dumb, kind of a little bit, that she just like believed him. And I feel like she's also so narcissistic that she in her head really thinks like she's something special and she's here and everyone's kind of down here. So when he was lying to her just to like get in her pants, and saying, oh, you're a god, you're special, blah blah blah, I feel like in her mind she's like, I am, you're right, no one's ever told me that I'm a god before. And I feel like she thinks in her head like, man, this is amazing, this is who I need to be with. So she basically did whatever he wanted her to do. And I feel like on this hand, Chad was like probably never got a lot of girls back in the day. He got this girl that, you know, is way better looking, and he's like, I gotta do whatever I can to keep her. And that was his way of using her, you know what I mean? So that just, that's what stuck out to me. Let me know what you think. So this is something else that kind of bugged me. Melanie claims that she said it was shocking that they went and got married right after she had passed away in Hawaii, but I don't know why that would be shocking to Melanie after hearing all the craziness like spew from their mouths. So ultimately, you knew it was going to happen. Like, you knew this was all going to go down because they've been talking about it. And you already know her ex-husband got shot by her brother. So did you not think it was going to really happen? That's like kind of what gets me about Melanie. Acts like, oh, it was so shocking when it actually kept panning out their so-called mission. I think she could have stopped a lot of things. I don't want to put all the blame on her because it's not her fault. Like, everyone's in control of themselves. I just always think of like, what's the big thing? If you see something, say something, and she never said anything. So then after the kids had went missing, Lori gets a call from, Lori calls Melanie to tell her, can you please say that JJ's with you? Say you guys are at Frozen or something. Just go to the movie theater and take a lot of pictures of all different kids. The police will never know. That's when she knew that she needed to go to the police. She said that's when she felt really used. She felt really stupid for believing all of this. She felt dumb for being friends with these people. She said she felt used and as an excuse to basically cover up their wrongdoings. And that's where she felt really manipulated. And that's apparently was like her aha moment. she says that she confronted Alex and said, "Where are the kids at?" And Alex said back to her, "You don't want to know where the kids are." And then she said she called Chad and Lori, asked them where they are. They completely ignored her, and that was the last time she talked to them again. And that was the time she decided to, like, it's time to go to the police, and that is when she went into hiding. So that's basically my huge points from the whole Dateline special. Let me know what you guys think. I love to hear your guys' opinions. But I do enjoy the fact that she's coming at and saying more, if that makes any kind of sense. I will say my opinion on her is, I think she's enjoying a little bit of the attention, not gonna lie. I do think there's a part of her that is trying to make up for the wrongs that she's done, where she could have done the right thing. And I think she is trying to do the right thing now. I just don't think she fully has 100% best intentions. I think she is enjoying a little bit of the spotlight. That's my personal opinion. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you soon.